Okay, so this is Unit 3's video response to hot topics and what's going on in today's sports. So I found a very interesting article about what's been going on with the World Anti-Doping Agency, also known as WADA. So this article, and I will of course post this down in the comment section for this discussion if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at it. But it's called WADA Hack Could Now Have Vladimir Putin Wagging His Finger at the US. So basically what's going on is the WADA agency database has been hacked by a group called the Fancy Bear. And so basically their motive is to expose Olympian athletes for illegal drug use. However, the issue that they found is these athletes are using these illegal substances that are on the WADA's list. However, they have been medically cleared to take these substances for one reason or another. And so their first mission is to take down the U.S. Not surprising, the U.S. has had a history of great success in the Olympics, and so this really is fueling their fire to justify why we've been so successful. And according to them, it's because we have been allowed to use illegal substances. So they have exposed four U.S. American Olympians for using drugs. And so those four are Serena and Venus Williams, Simone Biles, and Elena Devante, I think that's her name. I'm sorry, De La Rose. She plays women's basketball. And the most interesting spin to the story, and at first when I was reading it, I was kind of course, skeptical of, well, here we go, another reason why, the U.S. has won. However, Simone Biles actually spoke out about this situation, and she said that she's been battling ADHD all of her life, and so she has to take basically Ritalin in order to stay balanced, and that is one of the drugs that is banned for WADA. However, she has been cleared, obviously for health reasons, to take this drug. So after reading that portion of the discussion and the claims from Fancy Bear, it's safe to assume that the rest of these athletes that they have so far exposed may in fact be using illegal substances that are deemed by WADA. However, the piece goes on about many athletes, not just these athletes, taking drugs or medications for the well-being of their health. And now this conversation of, well, this has been exposed and it was kind of under wraps now, but how do we go about having this conversation? Will these athletes that need these medications in order to, I want to say, survive and live a normal life, will they be able to compete, or will there be a regulation on when they are able to take these drugs, or maybe they have to stop taking these drugs if they're going to be competing during this time frame of the Olympics? So, I think this is a very interesting topic. I remember taking one of our courses when we talked about WADA and the anti-doping situation. I actually talked about Sharapova being ridiculed and even suspended for, I think it was 2 years, for taking one of the illegal substances that had just made it onto the WADA list, and she unfortunately didn't look at the list, and she was still taking this drug even though it had more recently been banned. So and her suspension she is serving right now. So I think this is a very interesting topic, and I think the article also addressed this the severity of the situation. If this group called Fancy Bear was able to hack the database that is supposed to be concrete and very secretive and confidential, I mean, what else can be hacked? And so I thought that this was very interesting, something a little bit different than what's going on in my neighborhood or in America. This is more of a nationally and actually internationally recognized story. So I look forward to everyone's thoughts about this story.